Hey, what's going on, everybody? James here, your ABX audiophile. Today, we are going to get a little budget action for you. If you have not seen my series of reviews on the Fosi amplifiers, the little mini Class Ds, most of the time they're under, maybe $100 or so. We've had a bunch of these kind of budget Class D amplifiers, and by far, Fosi is kind of doing it the best in the budget space. The level of quality in the components that they use, their build, at the end of the day, in that sub $100, right around $100 space, it's really going to be hard to beat the Fosis. You could look at some of the stuff from Maima and some of the other cheaper Class Ds. We just really found at the end of the day that Fosi is kind of leading the pack in that space. And today we're going to talk about their brand new ZA3. It is a fantastic Class D amplifier. It's got some really cool upgrades and some integrations over the other ones. So let's talk about that right now. We're going to get into it. So if you did not watch, we are Fosi'd up, man. We got so much Fosi stuff here. It is just insane. We've reviewed them all. We've had them all. If you did not see my review of the MC101, you're going to want to go check that out. Come on, focus there, girl. The MC101 was a little bit kind of more of it's got some tone knobs, it's got the VU meter, it's got some Bluetooth capabilities. It's kind of more like a little integrated amp kind of thing. Pretty cool product. Of course, the one that everybody was on fire, that kind of blew the whole thing up, was the V3. Come on there. The V3 was just a very simplistic amplifier, but it used that 3265, whatever the, let me see what the chip is. Hold on, I can't remember exactly. The 3255, the Texas Instruments 3255 amp chip. And everybody was kind of blown away by this guy here. And in the space, I review a lot of higher end gear, so don't let me come across like I'm pushing this like it's going to compete with some of the Orchard Audio or some of the GAN amps or some of the other stuff that we review. But if we stick in the space of like sub $150, sub $100, I think that if you're looking for amplification in that space, the Fosi stuff is going to be really the one you want to look at. So we reviewed the V3. Go check it out. We reviewed the MC101. Go check it out. The one we're going to talk about today just came out. This thing is super damn nice. And it is much bigger. The ZA3 from Fosi, it actually releases today. You can actually go purchase it. It is $129, I believe, if you look on their site. And the cool thing about this one, much bigger than the V3. So if we put them up side by side, you can see that it is, significantly bigger than the V3 in all facets, even length a little bit. And there's a reason for that. Some of the things that they've done in the V3, we'll jump into some photos. I'll show you guys. Let's walk through here. Let's go to screen 2. I'm going to walk you guys through a couple of the photos that I have of this guy. I think it's a little better to kind of share this stuff this way, but this thing is really, really cool. It's got a nice little texture to it. You can see it on the front there. XLR RCA switchable. That's one of the things, kind of why you're seeing this bigger case, is we've got the XLRs now in this thing. So you can switch between your XLR and your RCA inputs. And then over here is kind of your mono stereo switch. You can see that. One of the other things that's really cool about this is that it is absolutely set up so that you can use these as mono blocks. And they're linkable, so you could buy 2 of these, set them up in mono, and have balanced outs if that's kind of what you're looking for. So that's one of the features that we see that's new. Also with the XLR outputs, we see that that's new. So the case is a little bit bigger. Let's see, jumping over here. There you go, right there. You can see the mono stereo switch. Boom, nice little orange knob. The knob feels pretty good. It's a little bit light. Let me see the V3. Let me feel the V3. Yeah, I like the V3 a little bit better, but this knob is not bad. It feels good. The switches, let's switch them right now. Switch them for you. You can click. Yep, nice clickable switches there. Feels good. A little bit heavier than the V3. Here's the back, so you can see your XLR inputs here, right? So if you're running from your streamer DAC or whatever the case may be, Bada bing, there's your integration. Super simple, super clean, laid out really well. You've got your single-ended ends. You've got your XLR inputs, your speaker outputs. Now notice this thing has a sub out, which is really cool. So you can run your RCA to a little subwoofer if you wanted to. Of course, if you're running mono block, then you got dual sub outs. And you've got on the other side, you can't really see it, but here I'll show you guys on this side. Let's see if it'll focus in. There you go. You got your DC little barrel plug there, as well as a trigger. So we've got a 12-volt trigger so we can activate some stuff. So that's kind of a cool new feature. Notice this is 24 to 48 volts. So like the V3, this one runs, you can run that 48-volt power supply and jump this thing up to some 300 some watts or something. So basically, I kind of feel like they took the cool stuff out of the 101, the V3. They said, hey, let's give some people some compatibility. Let's make some mono blocks. Let's give them some integration choices. Let's give them some XLRs. And they kind of put this whole thing together in their new offering. Really cool, if that's what you're into. So one thing I want to show you guys here, though, let me set these out of the way. Dude, I got stacks of Fosi stuff. This is just absurd. Look at this. I'll hold them all up next to each other. Look at this. We're Fozzied out. We are absolutely Fozzied out. Okay, so that's that guy. Let's see. Oh, one more photo. I'll show you guys real quick. Kind of a side view here. You can see this venting. This thing's all dirtied up, man, because we move these things around all over the place in all different systems and gear and everything. But anyway, you can see they kind of upgraded their heat dissipation. And one of the reasons, you may say, well, that's just kind of a gimmick or whatever. But one of the reasons they do that, they're really focused on their heat dissipation. If you put the 48-volt power supply on these things, they get hot. You start cranking that system up, even though they're Class D and they run cool, but you put that 48-volt power supply on these things and they just start burning, man. They are warming up. So they're trying to get rid of that heat. So just know that if you're going to jump up from that 24 or 32-volt power supply to that 48, the heat does increase significantly. So just be aware of that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, let me bring this up. Don't think that you have to get this Fosi. I'm going to bring you to their website. Let's go back to scene 2. And I want to show you guys a couple things on their website that you want to keep in mind here. Okay, so here's the Fosi V3, right? 89 bucks, $90. If you're looking for something that's going to sound different, you're not going to find it here. If you do not need all of the bells and whistles that the ZA3 provides, just stick with the V3. And the reason I'm saying that is because right here, they run the exact same chip. They talk about the exact same capacitors, inductors, output capacitors, you know, all of the same verbiage. If we jump over to the ZA3, which is the new one, here it is. It's $129. You can see it right here on their website. And I'm going to have some coupon codes and stuff in the description. So if you buy this, use the links that I put in the description. It's not an affiliate link. We don't do affiliate links here. We're a full charity reviewer. We donate everything. We don't take affiliate links. We don't take discounts. But they did send me a coupon code that you guys can use specific for us. Okay, back to it. If you look down here, now this is the new one, the ZA3, same exact chip, right? Same exact capacitors, inductors, all of that stuff is basically identical. One of the things that's really cool, check this out here, this new, and that's why I'm talking about this, because if this is the stuff that you want to get into, you want to go with the ZA3 over the V3. You can roll op amps in this thing. So they've made this socketed, and they talk about it right here. You can roll all the Sparkos op amps. You can roll anything in here you want that fits that style, that profile. Super, super cool. Look at this form factor. Nice little dual little mono block thing there. Again, we've got the XLR. They're talking about their heat dissipation. There's that same chip. So basically, at the end of the day, you are not going to, and I A/B these things hardcore, you are not going to get a ton of difference in sound quality or tonal differences between the V3 and the new ZA3. What you're getting is the ability to monoblock. You're getting the balanced outs. You're getting the ability to roll the op amps. You know, a little bit cooler looking form factor. So if that's what you're looking for here, they're talking about the different power supply. Again, we can use the 48 volt power supply here. Super, super cool. So make sure you guys go check that out. I'm not going to get too much into the kind of the sound and performance of this thing, because I feel in my A/B comparisons that it sounds almost identical to the V3. Very, very little differences. And if I had to pick them, I couldn't tell you if it was, you know, just my ear, just my mood, or whatever the case may be. But definitely, if you're just a purist and you need simplicity, you're not going to do any mono blocking, you're not interested in rolling op amps, you know, you don't need any of that balanced output, I would tell you just stick with the V3, get that 48 volt power supply if you need that boost. You know, if you want to hear all about the sound of these amplifiers from Fosi, because basically what they're doing is a lot of their internals are just the same. They're just making some different integrations and using some different cases, and, you know, just making basically a little more versatile product, you know, kind of as they move forward. If you've watched any of the Fosi stuff or reviews, you know, it seems like they come out with a new amplifier or something about every 4 months. So what they're doing is they're just kind of switching things up, adding different integrations, making things a little bit more versatile for you, but keeping the same form factor inside. Oftentimes using the same chip, using the same build. You know, they've got that part down. They're using good quality parts. The sound is good enough for the space that you're in. But like I said, if you just want to stay simple, just stick with the V3. Do not move from the V3 to the ZA3 if you're wanting a different sound. But like I said, if you're wanting that integration, if you're wanting all that versatility, check it out. Pretty cool product. Again, James here, your ABX Audiophile. We are the world's only 501c3 nonprofit charity reviewers. Check the descriptions in the link. Come check us out. Hang us with the Discord. Watch our other Fosi reviews. We've talked about the sound a ton. And appreciate you guys. Go out and check out this new ZA3. For $129, I do not think you can beat it, and it punches pretty high. It rocks out pretty good. We put this thing on some $5,500 Dyne Audio tower speakers. We put this thing on some Clips Fortes. We fed this thing like we always do, with just crazy high-end gear, and we had a lot of fun with it. And it's good in its price range. I'll say that. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you enjoyed the review. And we'll talk to you later.